Right, hello and welcome back to another grinding session. Alright, so this is going to be grinding session number 5, I think. And I think, if I've done my calculations correctly, this should be the last recorded grinding session. I'll tell you why in a second, just want to double check things. Okay, so Maria 999. Chris up to level 8, we should get Chris 9 tonight. And for Guy Ultima, we should get to Ultima 9 tonight as well. Perfect. Okay, so the reason why I say it could be the last recorded one is because if I have any grinding left over that I need to do, I'm doing, let's see, I'm recording this Tuesday night, so this is going to be uploaded on Wednesday. Wednesday night I'm going to be recording XCOM 2, so it means that whilst I am editing XCOM 2, if there's any other grinding that needs left to do, that means I can do it then. So yeah, hope everyone's doing well, I suppose. Okay, so yet again, I don't have anything else to talk about tonight, not really. Let's see, I talked about my introduction to the FF series, I talked about the next game, FF3, I talked about a little bit of FF4. What else to talk about? I should really talk about something else rather than Final Fantasy, shouldn't I? Well, what can I talk about really? My other favorite RPGs, maybe? Stay on topic. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Okay, so some of my favorite other RPGs, apart from the Final Fantasy series, comes in the form of actual individual games more than an actual series, if you will. Well, I'm going to be playing a couple of my favorites in the next section of games I'm doing. Number one being Dragon Quest VIII: Journey of the Cursed King. I remember when I first got that game, actually. I remember it very, very fondly, actually. It was, I think when I was, how old was I? I don't remember. Was I 8-year-old at the time? I think I was. I remember being quite young at the time, when I still had my PS2. I think my little sister was just born, or she's a couple of years into her life development. I remember I went to town with my my grandparents, and I'm not totally sure what we were there for, but I remember there was a games shop, Game Station it was called. It's not around anymore. It used to be quite big actually. It used to be a competitor for another gaming store we have here in the UK called Game. Yeah, I know, how originally. The Game Station mainly did primarily, I think they did like new releases and they did secondhand copies, I believe. I think they did more secondhand copies than anything else, right? And I remember, I think my gran said I could buy a game, right? So I was having a look through, and I remember coming across Dragon Quest VIII. And this time, I was hugely into Dragon Ball Z at the time. And when I saw Dragon Quest VIII and I saw the character art, I knew instantly that the person who did Dragon Ball Z, I mean, I knew it was Akira Toriyama. Now, I didn't know back then when I was younger, because, you know, to me it was like just it was just the anime and that was it. But yeah, apparently Akira Toriyama was in collaboration with the developers of the game as well, and apparently not just for that specific game, Dragon Quest VIII, but for the vast majority of the series. And to tell you the truth, I didn't really think about the quote-unquote other games in the series. I mean, I saw Dragon Quest VIII, and I didn't really consider the rest of the other Dragon Quests and Dragon Warriors, as it was originally called. And when I played Dragon Quest VIII, I fell in love with it immediately. At first, I struggled because, you know, like, it was like any other RPG, you know, you don't really have, when it comes to RPG, especially at the beginning, especially if it's like a game or a genre you're not very much into or don't have much knowledge about, it can be very hard to get yourself upright or to get yourself a decent start. And I remember, to be honest, what struck me was the first few scenes of the game, and I loved it. It took me a while to get used to the game itself, like any other games really, and I loved it, and I poured so many hours into it. I love the characters, I love the music, I love the actual story and everything. And what happened was, I played the game, and I think it might happen for every RPG player, but when you play a game that you absolutely love, but everyone eventually comes to that roadblock, you know, that one boss that they can't beat no matter what. And for me, it was this one boss in the game. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but basically it was about, I'll say probably 1/3 into the game, or something like that. And I was stuck on him for years, and I mean for years. And no matter what I did, I just couldn't beat him. I really couldn't. And I remember putting the game down for years. And when I came back to playing the game, what it was a playthrough that I watched years ago. Do I still remember the name of the guy that did it? No, it wasn't that guy. Who was it? Oh, that's gonna annoy me that I used to enjoy his videos quite a bit years ago. What was it called? It's gonna bug me that now. That is gonna bug me to hell. What's it called, don't? Chill, I'm gonna look him up. That is gonna bug me that. Who is he called now? I know he was, I know. He did a collaboration with another YouTuber called Moogle for the Win. I remember him. Oh, hold on. I had it in my mind for a second then. Fuck, what was it? What was it? It's gonna bug me now. Vice Elric. That's who he was called. Vice Elric. So let me double check that. Vice Elric. Is that what he is? Yes, Vice Elric. VYSE capital ELRIC. Yeah, Vice Elric. Dragon Quest 8, that's right. Oh no, I didn't mean to play it. No, I didn't mean to play it. It's fine. Yeah, he did that series from like 10. It was definitely like 15 years ago. It was quite a while ago. I think it was like 2009 I watched it, something like that, I think. Seriously, it was like all those years ago. That's it. And yeah, Moogle FTW was another person I watched as well back in the day. There was a lot of good YouTubers back in the day that I used to watch, and sadly, the curse of life came around and they just stopped doing what they were doing. And you know what to say, good times don't last forever. Yeah. It's a shame. A lot of the old YouTubers I used to watch, like from 2007 to like maybe like 2015, just stopped doing YouTube altogether, and it's a shame. It really is a shame. But those are the people that influenced me to do like YouTube throughout the years. I mean, even though I started doing YouTube full-time back in 2020, I actually did the occasional video here and then from like 2010 to about like 2017, something like that, but I just kept deleting the videos. They were crap quality, never liked them. But I think what I might do this year is, I've been thinking about this for the longest time and I might do it, but in September 12th, I think? Hold on, let me check. Was it September 12th? Because September 12th, I believe, was my first upload? Like, doing this full time, I think? So let me double check here. I'm just being quick here. I don't edit these grind sessions, like literally I just upload the file raw. But I just want to double check. Was it? Because I think the first proper playthrough I did was in fact XCOM Season 1, I believe. Let me have a look. Videos. No, September 8th. I thought it was September 12th. No, September 8th was the first video I ever uploaded. Yeah. So that means September 8th this year. That'll be 5 years of me doing. So I was thinking, when it comes to September 8th, also I might make a start soon because I need to get all the clips and stuff right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my top 5 favorite playthroughs that I've done in the last 5 years. That's what I might do actually. That should be kind of fun to go through. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make the. Nice. I'm not going to make the video exceptionally long. I might just keep it like roughly around 6 minutes, 7 minutes or so. But yeah, that should be a fun little video. Just a nice little like 5-year anniversary sort of thing of doing this. Honestly, I really have enjoyed doing this. I really have. It's been a journey, I'll tell you that much. But just because I'm 5 years in doesn't mean I'm going to stop anytime soon. Nah, my plan is to do this as long as I possibly can. I mean, to be fair, I was kind of hoping to have a bit of a bigger channel within 5 years, you know, like 500 subs or something. But nah, I'm happy where I am. Honestly, I'm happily taking my time for this. I really am. I mean, it's funny though because there's a couple of channels that I've watched over the last few years, right? And it's annoyed the shit out of me. Oh, don't have enough thoughts on this final attack. What's funny enough is, right, there is 3 channels that I am viewing that I guess to a degree I was part of their comment section or community, whatever, right? The first one is Grace, who's in my XCOM 2 playthrough. He started out with, I can't remember, was it like 200 subs, something like that? But by and by, he started doing a game, and then all of a sudden he got a massive influx of subscribers, right? He went from something like I think it was like something like 500 subs to something ridiculous like 1,200 within the space of a few weeks. There's another guy I watch, CRPG Dungeons and Dragons Night, who does D&D stuff. He had 300 subs, I believe, something like that, and then all of a sudden, he started uploading D&D commercials. Unfortunately, I had to take him down due to copyright, but he went from 300 to 800 subs. Yeah, and it happened on a third person, but I can't remember who they called. This was like years ago, and here's me thinking, when's my big break gonna come in? Do you know what I mean? So it was a little annoying to see these channels just blow up because of like one game or one video or something. So yeah, I'm still hoping for that big boom here, if you know what I mean. But nah, I like to say things slow and steady. Because when you do things slow and steady, you tend to appreciate videos that you're currently making. And here's the thing, if anyone's thinking of making a channel, right, a little bit of advice, and I've actually learned this from another YouTuber years ago, and I've always implemented it into my my videos, and that is do it for the audience you have, not for the audience you want. Now, this could be interpreted? This could be taken in a lot of different ways, but the one I see it is don't go out your don't go completely out your comfort zone, but stay within the zone that you are comfortable in but willing to expand. Now, there was a story that I remember with a YouTuber like years ago, and I remember this guy. I remember he made a top page on one of the game journalist websites, and he made a channel, right? He made a channel, and I think he spent something like $3,000 to $4,000 or something like that on equipment and software that professional YouTubers use, right? And I remember that he started a channel, right, and he was expecting to get like fucking like hundreds of subscribers, right? And I'm not joking, he spent thousands on the best microphones, the best sound, graphics, editing programs. He does he tried doing everything that YouTubers at the time were doing, like, you know, like not clickbait, but flashy thumbnails and intros, and even copied what YouTubers were saying at the time, like word for word. And he only got, I'm not joking, right, in the space of I think 3 months of doing it, he only got 50 subs or something like that. I remember he'd even break triple digits and he quit immediately. Yeah, he just spent $3,000 on equipment. I don't know what happened to the equipment. I don't know if he sold it off or gave it to charity or something. I just remember that he just made front news after he just said in his final like videos like he just had enough and YouTube's not what he was supposed to be and all that. Yeah. So yeah, basically just take your time with it. That's it. Just take your time with it, and within a few years, a couple of years even, you'll find your stride, you'll find your setting, you'll find your mood, and yeah, and just stick with it. It's funny because there's a channel that I watch called vidIQ, and they are a channel optimization channel. Yeah, they upload videos based on like how to get views with like certain ways of how to craft your video. Like for example, like the 10-second hook, which is important. So the 10-second hook is very similar to like what people say in real life. You know, I think they say you only have 2 seconds to set a good impression for a person, right? That's what they say. So when you meet a person for the first time, they say it takes 2 seconds to get somebody to have an opinion of yourself, or vice versa. And the same goes for a video too. And they say that if you do not hook that viewer's engagement within 10 seconds, you lost a viewer. Which I thought was a load of shite, but to tell you the truth, it actually does make sense. Because there was a period where I was looking into my viewer statistics, and for the most part, most of my videos were getting an average of like 20 to 30 seconds. So, you know, for the most part, people were just clicking on the video and just seeing it for a few seconds and then just going off, which does coexist with the whole first impressions thing. So it's about getting that hook right in the beginning. That's why personally, like, I used to make intros like years ago, but occasionally eventually I did stop. But I'm not sure, but apparently I think intros are starting to come back again. But to tell you the truth, I mean, I'd rather just get straight to the video, with my videos at least. I mean, I've got Daffy Duck saying welcome to the madness, and then I do my little intro, and I say what happened last time, and just get straight into it, that's it. So, it's up to the person if they become hooked after that, it depends. That's why I try my best and try and set a very semi-professional tone in the videos. I mean, like, with these grind sessions, I mean, I'm just chatting a lot, but, yeah, I'm not really good at free-form commentary, sorry. I do my best, but I mean, even in like my tone of voice is different. I know I mentioned this in the last grind session as well. I mean, my tone of voice is different, but yeah. Okay, 20 minutes already. Christ, how time flies. Is there anything else I want to talk about? What else could I talk about? Yeah. So going back to favorite RPGs, there's another RPG that I do plan on playing, but I'm not sure whether to stick with the. I don't know what to do. The first game in the series. Excuse me. I'm not sure whether to do the first game in the series or just go straight to my favorite one. That is a game called Wild Arms 3. And Wild Arms is really interesting. It's a really interesting concept of RPG. See, it's funny because when it comes to the whole role-playing game genre, you've got computer RPGs, right? But the vast majority of the community, they call them Western RPGs, like Dragon Age Origins, Baldur's Gate, and I don't know, Skyrim. There we go. And you get the other section, which is JRPGs, which is Japanese role-playing games, which is like Final Fantasy and, you know, Legend of Dragoon, I think. Something like that, for example. But what's funny about Wild Arms 3 is that it is a JRPG, but it's set in Western times, you know, the Wild West. So it's always made me laugh, because like people always say to me like what's one of your favorite RPGs? I said Wild Arms 3, right? And what's interesting enough is like they'll say, okay, well, what's that? Is that a Western RPG or is that a JRPG? And I say, oh, it's a Western RPG, right? And they're like, okay. So they'll go away, look it up online, and they'll come back to me and be like, that's not a Western RPG, that's a JRPG. No, it's not, it's a Western RPG. it's a Western themed JRPG. I used to troll with that. So yeah, that was cool. Again, for some reasons, I like the characters, I like storylines, and I like the game mechanics. Really do like the game mechanics, actually. The game mechanics are pretty interesting. What's interesting is, though, about Wild Arms 3 is that they actually have like an auto battler, like you can have your players undergo player AI, like you can let the computer play your characters if you want to. That was like the first ever instance of me coming across that, and I thought that is quite interesting. Do you know what I mean? It's not the best AI, in my opinion. It's decent enough. In fact, to tell you the truth, there's another JRPG series called the Tales series, or the Tales of series, and they have player AI as well, although that's more of a action RPG to a degree. Okay, let's go fly for this since we've run out of MP. Oh, we could flee with Leon in a second, I suppose. Yeah, we need to get out of here. Shame. I get my... Sure, thank you. Yeah, so that's more of an ARPG. And, yeah, when I first found out about player AI in games, I thought, that is really interesting. Like, just seeing, like, the computer taking over and stuff. In fact, I ran quite a few experiments in my off time, or in my free time gaming, where I set it up to be player AI only, actually. It's quite interesting. I mean, I don't think I'd do it for... I mean, to tell you the truth, like, I did it for Rome Total War. Just because I prefer to play them. I prefer... If a Total War game has player AI... Yeah, bastard. I've got to bring it back to life. Yeah, I'll do it in a second. Yeah, if a Total War game has player AI, I will use it because I tend to see, or tend to play my Total War games like they are military simulators. It's not the correct way to play it, because a lot of people tend to play like an RTS, real-time strategy, but that's how I play mine, and that's why I'm a little reluctant to do the any more Total War games, because I've done 2 seasons of Rome Total War so far. And I'm not sure if I'm not sure if my current viewers would like that. I'm not entirely sure. See, that's another advantage of having a small channel as well. Because when you have a small channel, you can tend to do what you want to a degree. Oh, nice. We can... Oh, nice. That's enough fucking cure curse. I'll remember that. Yeah, so, you know, you could do what you want with as much viewer... That's what I thought. Not backlash, but... I'm just gonna I'm just gonna call a spade and just say viewer moaning, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'll see. There's quite a few ideas I want to do, and there's quite a few games I want to do as well, but again, in the back of my mind, I'm like, at this point, I'm like, would viewers like that? You know what I mean? Like, for example, the whole, I know, I have a feeling the majority of the XCOM crew don't watch these videos, so I can be a little honest here, but the perfect example is my XCOM 2 playthrough that I'm doing right now. So, the thing is though, right, I enjoyed the XCOM 2 playthrough we did up to the point where basically I changed the difficulty and everything, right? Now, I know on paper that I was like cursing a lot and moaning and shit, but that's just part of the experience, you know, for me, because, you know, like, when I get really revved up in a game, I get super serious, and I like to make the episodes feel as real as possible, do you know what I mean? Because at the same time, not only am I playing a game, you're watching it with me at that time, and I want you lot to feel like it's part of the session. You know, I want to make these videos feel like we're all part of the same room, and, you know, just chilling and having a watch, you know. So I want to get you guys involved as much as I can, either emotionally or as part of the community, right? And personally, for me, like, especially the last few videos were basically like leading up to the point where it changed. Like, obviously a lot of people didn't like the constant dying or the constant struggle and difficulty and all that, and yeah, and like, I can kind of understand, because here's the thing, right? There's two different types of players in this world. You got those who love to play, and you got those who live to win, right? And with XCOM 2, a lot of people say that, you know, with so many deaths and so many this, so many that, you're going to lose your campaign. Now, in the back of my mind, if I lost a campaign, I wouldn't mind. I actually would not mind, personally, because it's just part of the story, because I see, like, my struggle throughs as stories, you know what I mean? That's what I do. And if I fail a game, I fail a game, that's it, and I can always come back to it later on and play again, do you know what I mean? That's what I thought, but I know some people like to see people win and stuff, and, you know, it's a really hard balance. It is. I mean, personally, if it was up to me, I would just say I'm going to carry on with my, I'm going to carry on with things that I've done now, and that's it. But I know that would piss off a lot of my viewer base and a lot of my good friends here on YouTube as well, and within my community, and I know for a fact that I don't want to spoil any of that, you know? So that's the whole point of, like, being in my position. Now, I mean, I'm no longer a small channel. In fact, they say that 10% of all YouTube channels, and I mean like every single YouTube channel on this website, I'm talking thousands, only 10% have triple digits. So by that, I'm not exactly a small channel. I'll say I'm decent size now. So basically, I'm at a point now where I need to start taking viewer into consideration. Where if I was like 30 subs, 40 or something like that, I probably would just be like, you know, I'll just do what I like. And to say the truth, I was kind of like that years ago. I was kind of like, I'll just do what I do, and that's it, you know? I didn't really care about people's opinion. Well, I did, but what I mean is, like, I didn't take people's opinions or viewer opinion very seriously until, like, the last 2 years. So, yeah, it's an interesting thing. So yeah, it really is an interesting thing. It's an interesting balance I've got to keep nowadays. And also, that comes to picking games as well, because I've got to think, okay, what games will my viewers enjoy, and what games can I introduce that the viewers might actually like? You know what I mean? That's why I do 2 games at a time. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, like, if you don't like one game, then there's the other game that I can show you. Yeah, there's other games that I can show you as well. You know what I mean? I just noticed Ultimate 4 is doing 1,400 damage now. That's crazy. That is really crazy. And you know what? These white dragons ain't even a joke anymore. Also, I've not even been paying attention to, I'm not even paying attention to, what's happening in terms of the characters as well. I mean, I'm just talking. To tell you the truth though, like 30 minutes has gone quick. It really has. Right, we'll see where we can get to. We can, yeah, tell you what, let me have a look at the curse, ooh, Ultimate 9? Really? Wow, that's quick. What's curse at? Nice! Oh my god, that is timed fucking perfectly. I like that. Brilliant. Okay, so let's just do this last fight here. Oh, I wonder what Curse 9 is going to do. This is what I've been waiting for. Curse 9. Come on. Is doing... Jesus. We can one-shot every creature here in this dungeon now. That's amazing. Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. I like it. Curse level as well. Perfect. Okay then, right. Okay, 30 minutes. Yeah, I think I'll call it there. That's actually not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Right, so the only thing I gotta do now... is I gotta do Toad to level 9. Yeah. Get Toad to level 9. Just for a chance of one-shot creatures. If they're not immune to it, that is, then cool. And then what I could do is I could do Flare as we're going down in the dungeons. So there's a guy. Yep, guy sorted. He's at Ultima 9. We'll keep using Ultima as one-shotters. Yeah, well came together then. Let me have a look at stats here. So, Virion is close to getting 10 swords and 10 shields. Leon is 16. Guy is 55. That's fine. That's irrelevant. Level 9 is the best. Right, okay then. So, what I'll do is this then. So, I'll record my XCOM 2 episode, like, per usual. And then, whilst I'm editing it, there we go, that's the one I'm looking for. What I'll do is I'll just quickly get Maria's Toad up to 9 as well, which will probably take me about the session itself, actually, depending how long it is. And then that means when we come back to our next XCOM episode, our next FF2 episode, will be an official one, and the grinding will be done. Perfect. Alright, actually, that came at a better time, actually. That's actually amazing. Perfect. Right, well anyway, I guess that's going to be it for the on-the-screen grinding. Hope you guys have enjoyed the different pace of videos, like, not different pace, but different types of videos. I enjoyed it. You know, I think I might do that from now on. I think from this point forward, if I'm playing a game that requires some grinding, or requires some sort of, like, I don't know, offbeat sort of thing, yeah, I might do that actually. I might do some grinding videos then in my future RPGs then. Because I know when, I think, what was the last RPG that I played where I needed grinding? I think it was FF1, I think. And I managed to, I think I managed to do the grinding anyway. So, I have a feeling I'm going to need to do some, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do some grinding in the future for some certain games. So, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just do some grinding videos within the actual playthroughs of whatever I'm doing. And, yeah, we could do, like, this topic talking, just spilling bollocks kind of commentary. That's pretty cool, though. But, yeah, so if you go back to part 39, and you see the style of commentary I did there and compare it to the ones I've done now, you can definitely, it's definitely night and day. It really is. But, yeah, we'll get back to the semi-official commentary next time, shall we? Right, so anyway, my friends, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.